semester, so I'm still learning. But I was able to use that and to have a great sophomore year. And experience is the most valuable thing you can offer a college student, except for free food, because free food always wins. So, all right, let's get to these stories flowing. Okay, so my freshman year. I was very scared to come here. Didn't want to be that far away from home, even though I'm only 6 hours away. Some people think that's like so far, but it's okay driving. So I applied very late, and I got bunked randomly, and I lived in University Hall. If anyone knows where University Hall is, it's terrible. Whew. So my first roommate was probably my weirdest roommate that I've probably ever had, and probably ever will have. She was a catfisher. And I don't say catfisher like she likes to go fishing, but she liked to meet all her friends on the internet. She never left the room. She would, I mean, it's cool, you know, you get to talk. She talked to people from Germany, France, China, Canada, anyone who could speak English, honestly, though. I mean, that's cool and all, but she never left the room. She would be talking up a storm like 5 in the morning to her boyfriend, who she's never met, who lives in Jamaica. So you can just only imagine that we just were completely two different people. So moving on. So if you never heard about University Hall, you probably have no idea that it's communal bathrooms. Yeah, it's terrible. So this will probably never happen to you guys, but it happened to me. So I'm waking up. It's probably like 8 in the morning, so I get all my stuff, walk into the bathroom, you know, I gotta have my bag with my shampoo, conditioner, etc., etc. So I'm walking to the bathroom, and I slip, and I fall. And I like get up, and I have something on my hand. It's probably the last thing you guys will ever think. It was literally human shit. Yeah. To say the least, someone thought that someone died. And I hope that that this doesn't happen to anyone, but I doubt it will ever happen to you. Yeah, I know, it was really bad. And we all had a meeting, and they were like threatening the whole floor. I don't know what they said. It was something, I don't know, but they basically threatened the whole floor that we were gonna get a ticket for something like that. And I was like, well, I'm the one who fell in it. Like, that's disgusting. Like, to say the least, I never showered there again. I went to my friend's house every time. Thank you, George. I love you. Okay, moving on. So my next experience here was, I think it was my first week at SIU. I was just walking through campus. I didn't know that lanyards were so not cool, okay? Didn't know. My dad got me one, and I had my ID in there and my keys, you know, because every time I had to go to University Hall, I had to sign it. And I lose my keys all the time. I don't know if you guys do, but I always lose them. So I'm walking campus, and someone screams to me, "You're wearing a lanyard. You're totally a freshman." Excuse me. You know, I didn't know that lanyards were so uncool, but you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of actually updating my lanyard to retractable keyring so I can compulsively snap back and forward throughout the whole day. And I think that's really cool. Another thing that I really, really loved about SIU is how diverse it is. I went to a private school in Highland Park, Illinois. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. Very preppy school. And I really loved it here because I met so many people here that are from all over. And it really made me branch out and really grasp life itself. I met people from Canada, Italy, Africa, and one of my best friends actually is from Holland. So I don't know about you, but you guys should all meet people from different countries, because I know if I'm ever going to Holland, I got a room, which is awesome. Lastly, I totally forgot about my last part. I'm just gonna grab this. This is totally against the rules, but I really like my finish. And it's okay. Take as many points as you want off. Okay. Action. But even more valuable than my lessons learned is your own experiences. Everyone has a different adjustment anywhere in life, and maybe you're the one who hits the ground running, or maybe you're like me who needs to learn to be patient. So even if you feel like you're not getting what you want out of college, because let's be honest, they just want your money anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Just realize that experience is for you to learn and grow from, because it is just the beginning. I apologize for that.
I thought for a minute the story was going to turn into the mystery of who took the shit in the bathroom.
The world will never know.
So it was just shit on the floor?
Yeah.
That's some Orange is the New Black kind of stuff.
Dude, like, there was used tampons in there, like, no, and there was some girls that would not wear shower shoes. Like, shower shoes are not a suggestion, they are a requirement.
Yes.
What's going on?
I'm still going. No, I'm just kidding.
Wear shower shoes. End of discussion.
Yeah.
So, but we've got to move, so we can ask Abby all these gross questions after. But let's first tell her 3 things she did well.
I like that even though she stopped and paused, she didn't just go like me. When I would have stopped, I'd be like, all right, I'm sitting down. I would have played it off like it was nothing else at the end. She's like, I don't care.
I
like that.
I really liked my ending, and I just couldn't remember
It
it.
happens.
I felt like you did great. Like, even circling around, it felt like, even when you were circling around, it felt like part of the act a little bit. Like, I don't know if that was good.
Thank you.
It was very honest and upfront, and it was nice to get to hear your perspective on things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Appreciate it.
Let's welcome Rachel.
Those
Take a good breath on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I grew up in a family of 4 kids. I'm the youngest, and I have 3 older brothers, so I'm used to roughhousing, broken bones, being tough. I also am an athlete, so I'm very used to things that literally and emotionally hurt, because it's just kind of the life. I, for some reason, chose a sport in which you jump off fiberglass boards or cement towers, and you do as many flips, twists in the air as you can, just because. And you usually don't know what you're doing, and then you try to land with no splash, or at least a very small one. And day-to-day basis, I judge my dives depending on how much they hurt, and that's a bad grading scale, but it works because typically practices are just painful. But I am also being tough. I think is good, but I'm also very much a crier. Literally will cry at anything. My roommates send me things because what can we do to make Rachel cry? And it's all in good fun. But it's hilarious because my friend jokingly said she and her boyfriend were gonna break up. I cry. I watched How to Train Your Dragon. I cry. It's literally anything. So I did not used to be like this. I hated crying. Thought it was terrible. Thought it was whiny or weak, and I did not want anyone to see me cry. And I can honestly remember the first time I cried. It was at a dive meet. I did not qualify for state in high school, and I just sobbed to my mom, and she was like, it's okay, just don't cry, you're fine. And she wasn't saying it mean, but she was like, it's not gonna help, and I was like, yeah. And so I was so embarrassed, and I was like, okay, I don't want anyone to see me cry, and I think it was that stage of life where people are just judgy, and they just expect so much, and then you just get embarrassed by everything you do. Well, that changed because last year at conference, I'm a junior now, so I was a sophomore, figured out that I love crying, apparently. I don't love it, but I think it's very healthy and it's awesome, and for me it helps a lot, honestly. I was on the low board, so that's 1 meter. So freshman year did terrible. So last year I was like, okay, I'm gonna redeem myself. I got this. I'm coming back. I'm gonna show everyone that I rock. I'm so cool. And so that's the first day of the meet. And so last year, for point of reference, SIU, where it was battle to the death with Missouri State. We want this conference title, we're trying to win. So everyone's places, everyone's scores were a big deal. So on 1 meter, we did prelims in the morning, and I came in top 8, make finals. I'm in 4th going into finals. So finals is at night, everyone's there to watch. And I was like, okay, I got this. And I'm telling myself, getting excited. And then that dumb voice in the back of my head's like, but what if? What if you mess up again? What if you do what you did last year? And I'm like, no, shut up, it's fine. It's okay. And then I was like, but I could hear it, It sucked. And so I was like, it's fine. Well, the meet's going, and I'm like, okay, got this. I'm the person at meets. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a full practice before we start this is me. I'm gonna do everything 5 times. It'll be great. Well, they keep telling us the pool's closed, and finally it's open, and they say you have 10 minutes to warm up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw up. 1 second. Just kidding. I don't have time. And so I'm like, all right, 7 of the 8 girls are on my 1 meter, so that's like a lot to do for 10 minutes. So I get to do 1 jump, 1 of my dives, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna just have fun. And I was like, it's fine, doesn't matter, I can do this. I've done these dives hundreds of times, and I have, but it was still, I don't know what happened. I honestly didn't dive that bad, but those were the 6 most god-awful, longest rounds of diving of my whole life, and I didn't even do that bad. Like, for me, I'm definitely my biggest critic, and I just was, like, devastated. I could just feel it already. And my teammate Sherry, like, won, because she's amazing. She's Sherry. I was in my head, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm probably 6. I'm 6. It's fine. It's okay. Go look at the sheet. 8th. And I'm like, again, like, I tanked. Everyone hates me. I suck. I'm embarrassing. And then those are my immediate thoughts. My coach comes over, and she's like, Rachel, I love you. Like, it doesn't matter your results. And I'm like, wow, you're a saint. And then my teammates are like, Rachel, like, good job, like, it was fine, but I can feel my face burning, and I'm sweating, and my eyes hurt, and I know my parents are in the stands looking at me, and I know they know how I'm feeling, and I'm like, it's fine. I hear one of the girls from Missouri State say, oh my God, I beat her, yes! And I was like, I beat you at every other meet this year, don't get excited. And then, and so then I get my stuff, I'm like, it's okay, and I'm walking in the locker room, and I'm like, it's not okay, it's not okay. I see my best friend Leanne and make eye contact, and I just nod, and she just follows me into the locker room. Our team's rule is no crying on the pool deck, so I didn't cry on the pool deck, I cried in the locker room. And I'm trying to talk to her, I'm trying to explain, but I can't, so I just cry. And it feels so good to just cry, and finally there's not even tears, I'm just making these like sad little pitiful sobs. I'm like can't breathe, but it's like, it's freeing, you know? And at some point my friend Lauren joins us, and they're like, they just wait for me to stop crying, and like, Rach, you didn't even do that bad. Like, what you think was terrible, like, we are so proud of you, and you look so much better than you did last year. And, like, you have nothing to be upset over. Like, no one's upset at you. And I realized in that moment that crying wasn't weak or whiny. It was awesome, you know? Like, I was feeling so many things, and, like, for me, the way to get those feelings out was to cry, and I loved it. Like, it just was, like, nice. So I washed my face, and I realized, like, I'm part of this team, and this is way bigger than I am. And so I cheered for my teammates. And the next day, I ended up getting 2nd on 3 meter. My teammate Sherry got 1st. And when they told us Southern Illinois has won the Missouri Valley Conference title by 0.5 points, I was surrounded by 30 other people who were crying. So, yeah.
3 things we like.
That was great. I can appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
It's great.
I like the message. It was it's not something that you hear often to like embrace it. Like it's not something that people do a lot is embrace their emotions or talk about their emotions. And I like that.
Was that 3 or we?
Crying's the best.
Yeah. Well, we see it as weak, isn't that like it's like, but what a beautiful thing, right? What a beautiful, powerful, you know, those moments when we're moved. It's like such a beautiful thing to be moved to tears, right?
I feel bad for people that can't, like, cry. They really can't.
Yeah.
It's like, I need those emotions, like, flowing, like,
Yeah.
around. Once I start, there's no
I only
stopping.
seen my brothers count one time.
I hate crying because I'm not scared.
They don't like, have, like...
I mean, there's,
That's different.
it's true.
Like
So we've got, what, Ryan left? Is there anybody else who's going today? You're going today? Okay. Okay, cool.
So tomorrow, Tuesday, it's no problem.
What time is it? Does anyone know? I can't.
11:15 Friday.
Okay, let's.
Do you want to go or should I?
It doesn't matter. Feels led. I go right now.
Just get it over with.
Okay, we've only got time for probably 2 more.
Feels amazing.
So let's.
You trying to go right now?
I'll go.
Oh.